Makeup tutorials conversation, easy English practice for beginners. Hi Mary. Do you watch makeup tutorials?
Hi William. Yes, sometimes. They are really helpful for learning new techniques.
That's interesting. What kind of makeup tutorials do you like to watch?
I usually watch tutorials about everyday makeup. I like learning how to do a natural look. What about you? Do you watch them too?
Not really, but I think they can be useful. My sister watches them all the time.
Oh, that's nice. Does she like doing makeup?
Yes, she loves it. She even practices new styles on me sometimes.
Wow. That's fun. Makeup can be a great way to express creativity.
I agree. What is the most important thing you have learned from tutorials?
I have learned how to blend foundation properly and how to choose the right colors for my skin tone.
That sounds useful. Sometimes people use the wrong shades, and it looks unnatural.
Exactly. Choosing the right shade is very important. Also, I learned how to do simple eye makeup for special events.
Cool! Is it difficult to do eye makeup?
At first, yes. But after some practice, it becomes easier. You just need to follow the steps carefully.
That's good to know. How often do you wear makeup?
I wear light makeup every day, but I do full makeup only for special occasions. What do you think about makeup?
I think makeup is an amazing skill. It can make people feel more confident.
That's true. But I also think it's important to feel confident without makeup.
I agree. Confidence comes from inside, but makeup can be fun too.
Yes, it's fun to try different looks. Do you think I should start my own makeup channel?
Absolutely. You have great knowledge, and I think many people would love to learn from you.
Thanks, William. Maybe I will try. Would you watch my videos?
Of course. I'll be your biggest supporter.
Thank you. I'll let you know when I post my first video.
I can't wait. Good luck, Mary.
Thanks. Let's meet up soon and talk more about it.
Sure. See you soon. Everyday banking simplified, opening an account, managing your money, and more. Hi Fiona. I'm thinking about opening a new bank account, but I'm not sure where to start. Can you help me?
Of course, Albert. Opening a bank account is the first step to managing your money. Do you know the difference between a savings and a checking account?
Not really. Can you explain?
Sure. A savings account is for storing money you don't need right away. It earns interest over time. A checking account is for daily use, like buying things and paying bills.
I see. I guess I need a checking account then. What do I need to open one?
You'll need some identification, like a passport or driver's license, and sometimes proof of address. Each bank has different requirements, so it's best to check their website or visit them.
Got it. And what about managing my account? How do I make sure I don't spend more than I have?
Great question. Most banks offer online banking, where you can check your balance, pay bills, and transfer money anytime. It's also wise to set a budget and track your spending.
Online banking sounds convenient. Can I also withdraw money from any ATM?
Yes, but be careful. Withdrawing from your bank's ATMs is usually free, but other ATMs might charge a fee.
Good to know. And what if I need to send money to someone else's account?
You can do that through online banking too. You'll need their account number and sort code. It's straightforward once you set it up.
This is all really helpful, Fiona. One last thing, what should I do if I lose my debit card?
Immediately contact your bank to report it lost or stolen. They'll cancel it and issue you a new one. It's also a good idea to review your recent transactions for any you don't recognize.
Thanks, Fiona. I feel much more confident about banking now.
You're welcome, Albert. Remember, managing your money wisely is key to financial health. Don't hesitate to ask your bank for help or advice when you need it.
I definitely will. Thanks again for all the helpful information.
Advanced English Conversations, School Scenarios and Interactions. Where did Paul find the history book he was looking for? Paul found the history book in the school library. Why was Nancy late to her math class yesterday? Nancy was late because she missed the school bus. What did Paul and his friends do during lunch break? They played soccer on the school field. How often does the school organize science fairs? The school organizes science fairs twice a year. What subject does Nancy enjoy the most, and why? Nancy enjoys literature because she loves reading novels. What project is Paul working on for his art class? Paul is creating a sculpture for his art class project. Where did the students go for their geography field trip? The students visited a local nature reserve for their field trip. How did Nancy prepare for her biology exam? Nancy prepared by studying her notes and reviewing past exams. What role does Paul have in the school play? Paul is playing the lead role in the school play. What activity does Nancy participate in after school? Nancy participates in the school debate club after school. Why was the school assembly held in the gymnasium today? The assembly was held in the gymnasium because the auditorium was under renovation. How did Paul contribute to the school newspaper? Paul wrote an article about the recent sports events for the school newspaper. What did Nancy present in her science class project? Nancy presented a project on renewable energy sources in her science class. Where do students usually have their lunch at school? Students usually have their lunch in the school cafeteria. How does Paul commute to school every day? Paul commutes to school by riding his bicycle. What special event is the school planning for next month? The school is planning a cultural festival for next month. How did Nancy and her team prepare for the school quiz competition? They prepared by practicing with sample questions and studying various topics. What is Paul's favorite subject, and what does he like about it? Paul's favorite subject is mathematics because he enjoys solving problems. What extracurricular activity does Nancy enjoy the most? Nancy enjoys participating in the school choir the most. Where did Paul and his classmates go for their history excursion? They went to a historical museum for their history excursion.
Essential English for air travel. Learn key phrases. What is an airplane? An airplane is a vehicle that flies in the sky. Where do airplanes take off and land? Airplanes take off and land at airports. Who flies the airplane? A pilot flies the airplane. What do you need to board an airplane? You need a ticket to board an airplane. Where do you wait for your flight at the airport? You wait in the departure lounge. What is a boarding pass? A boarding pass is a document that allows you to get on the plane. Who checks your ticket at the airport? The gate agent checks your ticket. Where do you sit on the airplane? You sit in your assigned seat. Who serves food and drinks on the plane? The flight attendant serves food and drinks. What do you do before the plane takes off? You fasten your seat belt before the plane takes off. What is the place where you collect your bags at the airport? You collect your bags at the baggage claim. Who checks your passport at the airport? The immigration officer checks your passport. What is a layover? A layover is a short stay at an airport between flights. Where can you find information about your flight at the airport? You can find information on the departure board. Who helps you with your luggage at the airport? The porter helps you with your luggage. What do you need to pass through security at the airport? You need your ID and boarding pass to pass through security. What is a direct flight? A direct flight goes from one place to another without stopping. Who helps the passengers on the airplane? The flight attendants help the passengers. Where can you buy food and drinks at the airport? You can buy food and drinks at the airport cafe. Where do you check in for your flight? You check in at the airport. What do you need to board the airplane? You need a boarding pass. What do you do at the security checkpoint? You show your ID and boarding pass. Where do you wait for your flight? You wait at the gate. How do you know your flight time? You check the flight schedule. What do you do if you need help on the airplane? You call a flight attendant. What do you do during takeoff? You fasten your seat belt. What do you hear when the plane is about to land? You hear an announcement. What do you see out the window during the flight? You see clouds and the sky. What do you call the place where you wait to board the airplane? It is called the waiting lounge. What should you do with your electronic devices during takeoff and landing? You should turn them off or put them in airplane mode. Where can you find the emergency exits on the airplane? You can find them at the front, middle, and back of the airplane.